and welcome to the Dr. Kyra Show. We're continuing our series of leading during COVID. We've had a lot of good response. We've had a lot of requests for different topics because all of us leaders are dealing with really unprecedented issues in our leadership. Some are common, but a lot of them are new. Today we're going to talk about being laid off. There are unprecedented numbers of people hitting unemployment right now and being laid off, being fired, whatever you may say about that. And you know, years ago I thought it was really cute. There was a guy named Mark Pincus here in Silicon Valley who had started a company named Zynga. And when he was talking at Stanford, he said something to the effect of, referring to his firing by his board, that he was invited to pursue his career elsewhere. And so that was a cute way of saying that he was laid off or fired, and it kind of absorbed it, you know, with his ego. Now, the best of the best have been laid off. Steve Jobs, Walt Disney was thought to be a failure. There's all kinds of history around people being laid off. So I want to unpack the sort of ego response to the laying off, and then what to do to get forward motion in terms of what it means for you. So let's talk about the ego. A couple years after I heard that really cute little podcast and Mark Pincus talking about being invited to continue his career elsewhere, I myself was invited to continue my career elsewhere. And here's what I learned. Number one, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter who was right or wrong. It doesn't matter anything about the details of the event itself. You could be part of a mass layoff. You could be part of, a failed business unit. You could be personally not in good relationship to the people who are above you determining your fate. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters, and the only thing that matters, is what is this signal teaching me about what I want to do next and maybe who I am. You know, in unpacking my own example of this, my own story, I was a single mom. It was very, very scary to be laid off with a big mortgage and 2 kids in high school thinking about college. But you know, there's 3 things that I would say I learned from this that I want to share with you. Number one, that the reason why you feel so uncomfortable in being laid off is your ego. It's our self-image, and we over-identify in this culture, especially with what we do. And so we become human doings instead of human beings. And so the cure for that is the exact intuitive thing you would think, which is to be who you are, meaning ask who you are. Ask, where did I have to compromise myself in that last role that I was in? Where did I kind of shut down to my inner truth? Where did I, sacrifice? And there's always something. We always make compromises. We always navigate the world and maybe, make trade-offs. So the big signal is that you're being liberated to explore that. And it can be very scary, but if you can release and park your ego for a second there and really ask yourself, what is this teaching me about who I am and what do I really want? It really offers an amazing amount of scary freedom. And I'm going to call it scary freedom because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not just freedom. I don't know anybody who's that enlightened. So you're going to be afraid, but you're going to be free. And so take advantage of the freedom. The next thing is be curious. Be super curious. Gobble up everything. Eat the world. Eat all of the patterns you possibly can store in your head. Look around for everything. You want to have shots on goal at this point. You want to have conversations. You want to learn about new insights. You want to pick people's brains. And even if they don't have a job for you, which you should not be looking at them with a conditional, I'll talk to you, but I secretly hope you'll hire me. None of that. Go unattached as much as possible, detached from the outcome. Interview people, informational interviews, gathering their perspective, because what you're building up is basically new value in yourself. New value in the form of insights, profundity, strategy, things that even if you are a line worker and you figure out kind of how the business works at a deeper way because you've interviewed people, because you've been curious, you will have an advantage because you will add more value the next time you are doing the job that you are doing that somebody hires you to do. You also can start your own thing. I mean, it's really counterintuitive right now because it seems like there's no money. It seems like everything is evaporated, but at least in America, in the United States, that is not entirely true. But we have forgotten how to survive. We've forgotten how to really take chances and to, go out on a limb and actually believe in something and be wise. So if you do number one and number two, number one, releasing your ego, number two, being super curious and just information gathering the whole time, then you will be in a position of potentially doing number three, which is to design what you want, to really go out of your comfort zone and figure out what you are. It doesn't matter if it's within a company or not. It doesn't matter if you start your own company or not, but you decide this time what you want and you will look for it. You will create it. You will ask for what you need. And the fact that you are unstoppable, the fact that you are relentless, the fact that you are going and going and going and continuing to try and continuing to not get discouraged and continuing to park your ego, you will win. You will be the next level of leadership that you didn't even know you could have. I hope this helped you. I'm here for you, and I encourage you as a survivor of this process. I want to say that you can do it. I'll see you next time.